Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to show you how I created a Chrome extension using ChatGPT. So on the right hand screen you can see my ChatGPT window, and then over here on the left hand side you can see my Visual Studio code. But let's go back to here. And so my first thing was very simple. I would like to create a Chrome extension that prepends cooked.wiki to a URL. So it goes through the whole thing of how to do it, and to say the files that you need, and it gives you the exact code that you need as well. So you can just follow along here, and we'll go through this in a bit here. But one thing I said is, like, I noticed here that this content.js was completely empty. And so one of the questions I asked was, well, why do I need it if it's empty? And it says, actually, you don't need it. So you can delete that file, and then you can basically remove this content underscore scripts from your manifest.json, and then you're good to go. And so I did all this, and then I loaded it into Chrome in developer mode, and I got an error saying, oh, by the way, this is version 2 of the manifest in the JSON is going to be deprecated in 2024. So you should switch to 3. And I was like, okay, that's fine. So I asked ChatGPT, can I update the manifest.json to be version 3 compliant? And they're like, yes, we can. So here is the new extension, the new manifest. And basically the changes was is it got rid of browser actions, and it's been replaced by this new action key, which is the exact same thing, but just in a different, just basically like a different syntax kind of. And then there is a um, all the things that are now in the background are done with a service worker, which is just something that's constantly running, and you can be logging things to it. And this one, all it does is logging in the console that cooked.wiki extension was installed. So it's a very simple script here. Like, I was even asking, could I also log every website? And I actually decided, in the end, I decided not to do that. But let's go through the code here. So we have our manifest version 3, the name, version number, short description, the icon, what permissions it needs. So I only need the active tab that the user is trying to prepend the cooked.wiki to. I don't really need anything else here. And then the default action is like when you click on icon.png, it's going to do this default pop-up.html. And then this is the service worker that's running in the background. And if you click, that's the background service, and it's just basically saying when it's installed and you put it on, it just says, yep, cooked.wiki extension installed. That's literally all background.js does. And then we go to this pop-up.html, and very simple little website that just says, prepend cooked.wiki, and then if you click the button, it takes you this pop-up.js, and this is where the magic happens. Use that very light, not very magical, but basically it's interacting with the DCOM, and it's saying, I want to add the listener for click, and when you do click, I want you to run this function, and the function is basically saying, I want in the current tab, I want you to get the URL, and then I want you to make the new URL, basically just adding the cooked.wiki with the current URL, and then updating the current tab URL to new URL. That is literally all it is. And it works a treat. So let me just here, and if I type in, like, here is my, so this is, I'm in developer mode, so I can access this. I basically do click, I do prepend cook.wiki. There you go. It's very easy to see and easy to read. So if I'm cooking and I have this up on my